Hey everyone, welcome back to KK's Fit Kitchen. I'm Kimberly Knox. We're just going to continue with our fun little demos. So I am the creator of the bioenergetic cooking method and this cookbook, Simple Cooking for Vitality, which you can easily find on my website or at simplecookingforvitality.com. So what we do here in these quick videos, we do a little demo recipe, and some of the recipes are in the book and some are not. Like today, we're talking about teff. And we do have a farm fresh teff. Look how delicious this looks. Teff stew. It is in section 12, the spleen section of the book. And what you're getting with teff is a very nice amount of protein, of iron, of fiber, lots of calcium and potassium. And here is what we're going to showcase today. It's the smallest grain in the world. But what you're not getting, if you compare it to my favorite oats, which we've looked at before, you're not getting the high carbs. Now, carbs aren't bad. We need carbs for energy, but some people are trying to trim down. So you don't want a lot of carb conversion into sugar, which then gets stored if you're not using it. So 23 grams of carbs and 4 grams of fiber. For oats, when you're talking about teff, you're talking 8 grams of carbohydrates with 2 grams of fiber. So to do your sugar conversion, 8 minus 2, you're left with 6 divided by 5. So you basically have 1 gram of carb here. Now you do have a superior amount of potassium, calcium, more so than the oats. So this is a nice change up. We're going to make some teff porridge. Now there is a recipe on the back, but I'm going to show you, get creative, do a little different. I'm doing it a little different. And I'm going to have some warm, but I'm also going to put some in a jar, almost like overnight oats. And we'll have it that way too. So the water and grain conversion is 3-to-1. So we're going to do 1 full cup of teff. Usually if I just do it for myself and I'm not doing extra prep, do a half a cup. So it's 3 cups of water, 1 cup of teff. But what you want to do, I brought up my little burner here. You want to heat up in a saucepan that's a little deeper is nicer than one that's a little bit flatter. So what you do is you heat up the teff a little bit first until it starts to crackle a little bit, which is neat. So you want to just preheat the pan and give that a whirl. So we'll let that sit and get a little bit warm. I'm going to show you what we're putting in it, and then we'll take a pause and we'll come back when we add the water. So because your carb conversion is so low, you don't have to feel bad about putting in other yummy things like dried fruits or regular fruits, which have tons of really great nutrients, such as dates. You know, I love Medjool Dates, one of the best natural sweeteners. Again, you're going to get lots of vitamins and minerals, and those are the tools that your cells need to do the work. So Organic Medjool Dates, if you can get them pitted, you don't have to take out the pits, which is great. So I just pitted these and I cut them up. And then I like Aurora brand from, you can get these at Whole Foods, but they're apple juice infused cherries. Instead of just adding a ton of sugar, you can turn it into a compote as well, adding some water to it, and then drain the water out. You just warm up the cherries. That'll get off some the sugar too. But see, so we're going to add some of these in there, and then after it's cooked, I'm going to put in some sliced peaches because these are going to go really great with the spices that we're putting in. Now the recipe on the back just calls for cloves, but I love cinnamon. I like a little nutmeg. I'm just going to sprinkle it in because the recipe calls for just a 1/4 teaspoon. So ground nutmeg, and of course Ceylon cinnamon, a little bit of salt, a little bit of butter if you want. You don't need to. And then the nuts that are going to go really well with this, of course, walnuts. You're going to be adding extra really great brain nutrients, the omega-3s, and pecans are a really nice, sweeter nut, softer, that goes really well with these spices. Okay, so I think it's just about, you'll know when this is done, you'll hear it start to crackle. I think it's just about, 3 to 6 minutes. So we're going to let this go, and then we'll be back and we'll add the water and the other things. Okay, we've got the apron on, and we know this is ready because you can hear little light popping sounds, almost like popcorn. So we're going to add the water and add a little bit of butter. Yep, the warm pan. There is the water. Some salt. And 1 tablespoon of organic grass-fed butter. I like to put some butter in a little jar and keep it out so it's warmed. And we'll get the spices in there. We'll turn this down. Then this is just got to cook, but you've got to stir it until it gets thick. Cook down. So spices. Let's go here. We've got the, here's the cloves. So you're going to get used to being able to measure these without, I kind of just know. So I'm just going to add this in. I do like little cloves. It's really warming. Why is that good right now? Well, during the summer, we're eating a lot of cooling things, and it's still our digestive, we need digestive fire, which means we need warmth. And we have too many wet and humid air, the body gets a little damp. So having cooling things and having something that's warm is very helpful. Just like ginger root, it does a similar thing in the body. So I'm going to put in a little bit of nutmeg, not too much. And then a good amount of cinnamon. I do love my Ceylon cinnamon. Put that in there. So we're going to let all of these sit and simmer till it starts to get warm, but don't let it burn. So you got to stir it up a bit. So these spices just create such warmth in the body, and the grain is so fine. It's way more fine. It's not going to be like grits. I don't eat grits. It's not like cream of wheat either, but it's so yummy and it's so nutrient dense. So if you're watching these videos and you like it, give it a little like. You can share it. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do. And if you're interested in the cookbook, one of the free gifts that you get, you just put in your email, you get a whole healing food glossary. So if you're interested in fruits, veggies, leafy greens, herbs, nuts, seeds, what the potential healing property in the body is, it's all available to you. And also on Amazon, there is an ebook that you can get, and the glossary is included in that. So we're going to take a pause while that's gearing up, and then we'll be back. Okay, so it's come to a gentle boil. We're going to turn it down a little bit, simmer, and we'll put the cover on for about 10 minutes, but you're going to check it to make sure it's doing well. And it's already smelling really yummy. Okay, so this is perfect. You can see it's getting thicker now. So we're gonna add the dates, and I have selected the dry cherries. It'll be really yummy. And I'm not gonna put in the peaches. I'm gonna add those in after. So we're gonna let it cook, get those soft for another like 5 more minutes until it's as thick as we want it. And then we are set and yummy. And then we'll load up the jars and we'll check it out. Okay, it's looking perfect. Here we are. And so it's a nice, rich, dark color. So I'm gonna put some into a bowl. I'm actually gonna have some here for dinner. That's what I'm feeling like. And I'm going to be adding peaches to the top, some nuts. Delicious. Actually, this Malk brand is the almond milk I normally get. They didn't have almond milk today, so I got oat milk. So you can put a little bit of the milk on top. Oh my gosh, it's brand new. So get a little of that on there. And then I do love some pecans. So we're gonna have a nice combination of textures in here, sweets, lots of vitamins and minerals, like I said, some natural fiber and protein. So these little jars are fantastic. If you can find them, the Quattro Stagioni. Yeah, so they just have a solid top, but you should definitely have jars around, 8-ounce jars, 16-ounce jars, because they're really helpful for storing things in a safe way. They wash really well. So we're just gonna load up one of them. So let's get some peaches in the center. And you can add a little bit of milk to it so it doesn't get too thick. Peaches, some more pecans to the top. And let's get a little bit of, there's a little milk in there. Milk. And now we have a little container for the fridge for a little grab and go later on. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. All about teff. Give it a try. Or the teff stew. It's really amazing. You know, so you're adding a lot less carbs than using a pasta. And of course, there's no gluten. It's a naturally gluten-free grain. So I hope you enjoyed that. Give me a little thumbs up and share it if you did. Have an awesome day.